Good evening and welcome to News 9. I'm Nolan Pinto. Now, two men, including a 22-year-old bank employee, were arrested for allegedly molesting a student. And this took place on the Outer Ring Road recently. In her police statement, the 20-year-old college student said that the two accused on a motorcycle molested her on Ejipura Ring Road, and this happened on the 22nd of July night. The two followed her and stopped her two-wheeler around 7 in the evening and then molested her. The accused are Rohit Tiwari, a development manager at a private bank, the insurance section in Koramangala, and his colleague Santosh Prabhu Anthony, age 21. Now, Santosh is the sales manager with the private bank also in Koramangala. Now, the victim comes from Frasertown. Well, from on this, I'm joined by my colleague Nishchita. Nishchita, this incident took place at 7 in the evening. So how safe are women actually right here in Bengaluru?
Absolutely, that's the question that needs to be raised at the moment, Nolan. Even as we speak about children being safe in their schools and women being safe late in the night. But shockingly, the incident that we're talking about today took place at 7 p.m. in the busy Ejipura area, and we all know how crowded a locality Ejipura is. And if we talk about 7 p.m. on a Tuesday evening, then there is peak hour traffic. The office crowd is returning home, and we can imagine the number of vehicles that are actually on the streets. Now, what exactly happened on that day was the two accused, 22-year-old Rohit Tiwari as well as 21-year-old Santosh Sere. They were traveling on a bike number KA01HA2017. Now, as they spotted the victim, who was also traveling on her bike, they followed her for quite a bit of a distance, and we are told that she was even verbally abused by these two individuals. Rohit Tiwari as well as Santosh have used the choicest of expletives against her. They have used extremely bad language. They have tried to tease her, and this went on for quite some time, as it was all through they were on the bike. So they kept moving around. They kept following the victim for quite some time before they actually even physically molested her, is what we understand. Now, all this took place at around 7 p.m. and the girl was heading to Frasertown, where she resides, and she is a native of Chhattisgarh who has come down to the city for education. She's a resident of Frasertown, and when she was returning, this incident took place. What she immediately did was she went to the police, the Viveknagar police, and filed a complaint with them. The police took all the details from her. Fortunately, in this case, absolutely no complaints with the police, as they have worked superbly. The police have taken all the details from the victim. They have taken the way these two individuals look, the bike number, and all these details have been taken from the girl. The police are said to have questioned close to 2,000 bikers, close to 2,000 people in connection to the incident, to finally zero down on who exactly these two miscreants were. And both Rohit as well as Santosh were arrested on Friday, is what we understand. Now, the general perception is that many of these eve teasers or many of these harassers are more often than not vagabonds, as they have nothing better to do in life, and that's the reason why they're teasing women, and they do not know how to behave, and they're not educated, and they're not well informed. But this particular case completely defeats all those stereotypes that we have in our minds. Both Rohit Tiwari as well as Santosh Sere work with the prestigious HDFC Group, the life insurance branch, in fact, and the office is situated in Koramangala. The two individuals were returning to their residences when they too indulged in such hooliganistic activities, and the two men in question, Rohit as well as Santosh, are believed to be in respectable positions in their office. While Rohit Tiwari is a manager, Santosh Sere is a sales official who works under Rohit Tiwari, and both of them were returning on their bike. And we understand that they used English as well as Hyderabadi Hindi to actually make passes at the girl in question. But after 4 days of evading the law, they were arrested by the police on Friday. We also know at this point in time that the two accused have confessed to their crime and have agreed to apologize. Now, they have been booked under IPC section 344A as well as 354D, is what we understand. And the police officials, leaving nothing to chance, they have apprehended them, and they have even registered cases against them. And now, even as we speak, the case is in progress, Nolan. So quite a horrific case indeed being reported from the crowded streets of Ejipura in Bengaluru, even as we doubt if the women and children are safe behind closed doors or in the dead of the night. We see that even in a crowded street in peak hour, the women are not really safe. one would say that many of these women choose to go by their private vehicles, which is bikes or cars, as opposed to public transportation, because they fear for their safety. But here, being on a bike, being in a crowded street has not really saved this girl from being harassed for quite some time, Nolan.
Right, Nishita, thank you very much for all those details. Well, it is now the new bone of contention. A sleepy town barely visible on the atlas now resembles a war-ravaged town, and the police are being accused of playing partisan politics. That sums up the mood in Yellur village in Belgavi district.
It was in the wee hours of the day when you saw a lot of traffic in and around Yellur village. There is also a convoy of police vehicles and some JCBs there. That perhaps summed up the situation at Yellur, where the district administration had demolished a controversial milestone on Friday, which had declared that the village is part of Maharashtra. The demolition came on the back of an order by the Karnataka High Court, which ruled that Yellur was indeed part of Karnataka. But Friday's move angered the large Marathi-speaking population of Yellur, and on Saturday another board reappeared. And this morning's demolition didn't go down too well.
ಸಿದ್ದಂಥ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಕ್ರಮ ಫಲಕ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಈ ದಿನ ಮುಂಜಾನೆ ಸುಮಾರು 6:30 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ತೆರವುಗೊಳಿಸಲಾಯಿತು.
A small group of locals gathered even as tempers were running high, and in the blink of an eye the group began pelting stones at the police. Nearly 20 persons were injured in the stone pelting. But while the violence was triggered by the locals, Sambhaji Patil, the MES legislator from Belgavi South constituency, took the police to task.
ज्यावेळेला या येळूर गावाचा परिसराचा आम्ही फेरफटका मारला त्यावेळेला प्रत्येक नागरिकांनी आम्हाला प्रश्न केलेला आहे, आम्ही ह्या देशातील नागरिक आहोत की नाही. ह्या देशाचे नागरिक जर आम्ही आहोत तर आम्ही ऐकलेलं होतं ब्रिटिश आणि मोगलाईच्या पलीकडे पण जाऊन आज या ठिकाणी पोलीस आमच्यावरती अत्याचार करत आहेत. हा अत्याचार करण्याचा किंवा घरात घुसून युवकांना, वयोवृद्धांना, महिलांना मारण्याचा अधिकार त्यांना आहे काय?
Sambhaji even tried to whip up sentiments by saying that MES supporters had videos of police atrocities against the local population.
पद्धतीने मारबडव केली. कृपा करून मानव दृष्टिकोनातून, आम्ही मानव आहोत, जनावर नाही, अशा दृष्टिकोनातून तुम्ही पण ते व्हिडिओ कॅसेट काढलेले आमचे कार्यकर्ते आहेत, फोटो मारलेले कार्यकर्ते आहेत, ते सर्व संग्रह करून तुमच्याकडे देतो. मानव या दृष्टिकोनातून तुम्ही आम्हाला सांगायचं की हा अत्याचार योग्य आहे.
Things reached a flashpoint when the media trailing the police were also targeted. When some locals realized that the media group comprised of Kannada-speaking journalists, they tipped off the mischief mongers. The district administration also decided to clamp Section 144 in Belagavi, Nipani and Khanapura taluks to ensure that the law and order situation did not deteriorate any further.
144, 123 ಮೇರೆಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಕಾನೂನು ಭಂಗ ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡುವ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ 5 ಜನಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಗುಂಪು ಸೇರಿ ತಿರುಗಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ನಿಷೇಧಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ.
On its part, the Karnataka government has only gone ahead and discharged its duty in line with the directives of the High Court order. But there is ample indication that the government will not be a mute spectator.
ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಕಾನೂನು ಕ್ರಮ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದನ್ನ ಜರುಗಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಾನೂನು ಕ್ರಮ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರ ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಧಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ನಡೀಬಾರದು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾನೂನು ವಿರೋಧಿ.
By mid-morning, the government had also nominated Hemant Nimbalkar, Joint Commissioner of Police Bengaluru, as its special officer. Nimbalkar had earlier served as the SP of Belagavi.
ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಶಾಂತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸುವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಕಾಪಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಆ ಸಹಾಯದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನುಭವ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಡಳಿತಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಕು ಆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
With the imposition of Section 144 in some of the taluks, the MAS's Bandh call on Monday is unlikely to materialize. Shrikant Kubakaddi, News 9, Belagavi.